Yep.
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 How's that feel, Richie, up in your ear like that? Do you feel the vibrations? That funny feeling you have in your stomach, it's okay. Let it happen.
Let it happen. Is this what you tell all your victims?
All right, hands on the table.
Hey, man. This is a privilege, not a right. You didn't sign it. You didn't sign an NDA. We can leave it any time. But you won't. Don't touch me.
This literally episode's gonna be 90 minutes of us talking and Richard laughing 90 minutes. I knew that was gonna happen. You know why he started laughing? He started thinking about the hot cock sauce. He started.
Sounds nice.
Bro, when I do that, I can see your beard like going like this.
Sure, you're not on shrooms. I don't see that.
There is no shrooms in the burrito.
Well, you didn't eat the burrito.
I know.
We ate the burrito.
I'm waiting to see how the burrito kicks in for you guys, and then I'm gonna do half. That's the rule.
Always, when it feels good, do the other half.
That's right.
And have a babysitter, you know.
That's Bert Kreischer's advice to his daughters.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay.
His wife was like, "Don't do drugs. Don't take drugs. Don't do anything like that." Like wife left, he's like, "Okay, look,
That's
just do half. Okay, if you're gonna do drugs, just do half." All right, here we go. We're here on the Keep It Tight movement. We have Martin Corona coming back. Richie Rich Greenberg up in the house, aka Wolfman, aka the mountain goat. Yeah, it's us, and that's what you get, and you didn't pay for it, so you can't complain about it.
We can't get canceled.
Exactly. Thanks for checking out the Keep It Tight movement with us. What are you going for?
Going for the NDA. I want to make sure it gets signed.
Okay. Yeah, we should get that. You should sign that. Yeah, you gotta sign this, buddy.
By the way,
sign this. We'll fill in the blanks after you leave.
Just don't even put the date. We'll figure out the date for you.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in, Richie Rich.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. I was talking to Martine last time, and thanks for breaking my chair. That's cool.
Chairs are finicky.
Wolfman strikes.
Once again.
Centering himself, he got the wolf in him.
I was talking to Martine about how cool it is to get this whole setup and have buddies coming in that like have good stories to tell and yeah, so you're one of those guys, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm not going to try to make you cry like it made Martine cry last time, but
that was the hot cock sauce.
Yeah.
It was all the hot cock
He was the
sauce.
one that was crying for that one.
I was crying. It was hot, man. I touched the pepper on my tongue. But it's super cool that you're here. I'm happy that you're here. We're doing this for the first time, hopefully for many more times to come. So I just have one question for you after saying all those nice things about you. Why don't you respond to my text, bro?
I don't respond to anybody's text.
God, well,
I don't even respond to my girlfriend's text.
And she's in the other room.
I asked her about this one day. I was like, so do you get mad when I don't respond to your text? And she's like, yes, of course. How do you think other people feel about this?
Bro, Martine was like, you're not special. He doesn't respond to me either. And I was like, well, then all right, we're good, dude.
He don't hate you. He don't love you. He just don't care right now.
Just send me a flare. Like, let me know you're all right. Like, dude, I'm out here. I'm good. I'm on the raft. I'm okay. Like,
He's over there sending you smoke signals.
yeah. Except the breeze is going the wrong way. I'm like, I'm never getting these smoke signals, dude.
That's what's happening.
I don't know Morse code. So, cool, man. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's his fault. I think we're just too dependent on technology. Imagine he wrote you a letter, and you're like, hey, this one never wrote me back.
Dude, if you wrote me a letter, pen pal?
That's how you have to communicate with
2020 is a
Richard.
dumpster fire, bro. I'm looking for a pen pal 2021. Like, no, but I get that on the phone thing. I'm actually with you on that because I tell people, even my girl's like that. I'll be in mid-conversation with her, and she'll get a message and look down on her phone, and now I'm talking to the top of her head. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I will not talk to the top of your head. Mm-hmm. I wanted to have a conversation with you. And I try to explain, like, phones are so easy to take you out of the moment of whatever you're in. And so I'm with you. I'm not as bad as you, but
I'm really bad. I know.
I might make someone wait an hour. Like I'll check it and be
Not
like,
8
I'll
months.
get back to it. Yeah,
Jesus.
but not long enough for a baby to procure inside of a body. Yeah, and 9 months later,
Next
Richie's
text
good.
message.
Cool.
You're a father.
And you know what you and you don't get anything. You get
Congratulations.
thumbs up. And I'm like, this fucking guy, 9 months thinking about a thumbs up. But no, I
Took him 9 months to draw out that thumbs up.
dude, I'm about to go back to a flip phone. That's what's up.
Slam it on people.
That's the best. You can't hang up on anybody anymore. You're like, nope, dude.
What
You,
button did it?
you
I'm
slam
just
on
gonna
people.
turn off my phone.
Do you have people that don't hang up that always expect the other person
Yep.
to hang? Yeah,
My
don't you
girl.
hate
My
that?
wife.
Yeah, my dad.
I
She's
put it
always
in my
right.
pocket. I just leave it. Dude, I just leave it.
I should do that next time.
Dude, just
That's
they're
good.
always hanging. Like I don't know, like what it is. Like they're like afraid, like if they hang up, something bad's gonna happen, or like it's. I don't know.
Or
what
maybe
it
it troubles them too much. It's like they know somebody needs
Too
to
much
do
work,
that,
dude.
and they're not not trouble enough to do it.
It's
They're
too
like,
much
whatever.
work.
It doesn't bother me.
They're
So.
not willing to commit and take that step.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang, that's
Imagine
deep,
two-
bro. That is so deep. Now you're messing with people's psyche, dude. Like,
Can you imagine two of those people call each other? They never have to call each other again. They don't. They're always going to be on. It's like walkie-talkie. Just pick it back. Are you still there? Oh, all right, cool. I remember this thought.
Unless you
Continue
have
the
T-Mobile.
I'll talk to you later if the battery
Yeah.
doesn't die.
yeah. Then T-Mobile's gonna take care of it. Boom, lost service. There we go.
So you seen the minutes on this guy's phone? Disconnected.
What is the longest conversation? There's gotta be a record for it.
So, I have
I
no
don't
clue.
know. Not looking that
But
up.
on T-Mobile, they just became like number 2, right? They're no longer number 3. They just they
Yeah,
fought.
yeah, definitely. According to T-Mobile, yeah.
And so,
Yeah,
according to the numbers, we
self-proclaimed. Yeah. Dang,
I
Richie
heard
Rich
them
is
say
coming
what?
in hot, dude.
Like, I'm not allowed to talk about this.
Yeah, he signed an NDA for a different team.
Right.
Yeah. So Richie. So yeah, fuck these guys, right? Like, I mean, excuse me, bro. I'm not trying to have a conversation over here.
Look, they already got me done a part-time, pal.
No, they were good to me for a long time, and we had that separation, and I'm good with it. But whatever. But yeah,
you learn what you can, you take what you can from
Yeah.
them, and everything ends.
But are they number
One point
two?
or another. That's what I heard. I heard they
I'd
claim
hope
to be
so.
number 2.
I really would hope so.
So like what's Verizon, T-Mobile, top dogs.
They're probably claiming number 2 just because of like the towers they acquired, things like that. Whatever
one of
they're
those
measuring
tricky
it on.
marketing.
Yeah, it's like tricky marketing. Yeah, like we're number 2. Why? Well, because we have the most equipment now. Like, what is it based on?
Well, I mean, if you look at like tricky marketing, you can look at a couple of things. Like,
Members.
well, one, like for example, like let's just look at 5G. It doesn't cause COVID, as far as I know. I'm not a doctor. Again, I mentioned this last time. I'm not a doctor
I
or a
heard,
PhD.
I heard all the home routers are on 5G already.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, well, there's a lot of 5 gigahertz home routers, but 5G isn't that fast compared to like home speeds. It's actually comparable. It could be faster, but the thing that I was looking at is like, for example, like Verizon will say we got the fastest 5G. Well, technically it's true, but their range sucks. Like you got to be right next to a tower for it to work. And then
Right.
like AT&T, for like a year, like over a year now, all their phones have been saying 5GE, which is like, whoa, what the hell is 5GE?
What is E?
It's just 5G evolution. Which technically is 4G LTE, which is what everybody else had already. They just kind of market it differently. So everybody has kind of their little position
That's
on
tricky, bro.
how they want to trick their customers. They're all doing it. It's the same
That's some
game.
tricky stuff.
I just read that pretty much psychology has been the same thing. All these tests that they do for statistical tests and everything. So there was this one report that came out, which was like it proved parapsychology, right? It proved psi phenomenon, all these things. So scientists had such a hard time accepting this proof that they actually went back and said, well, it's got to be something wrong with the way we're measuring things. And actually they found out that there is indeed something wrong with the way they're measuring, and they're coming to what they say is knowledge, right? And they're at this point they're questioning it. They called it the when you duplicate an experiment, there's a certain word for it. It was a replication crisis. That's what it was. The replication crisis. They weren't replicating these things, even though they were following the rules. And they happened across a lot of different, it wasn't just parapsychology, it was medical fields and things like that. So they're like, for the last 10, 15 years that we've been doing this, we don't even know if all these studies are true or if they have significance. So a lot of them are going back and doing things to change the process to make it more rigorous.
It seems like we're in that time for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way we measured everything about life. 2020 is changing the game, man.
It is.
For
big
sure.
ways. Yeah.
It seems like across the board, everything.
I mean, I heard, I don't know if it's true, but like we're skipping 2020, right? Like we can start like 2021. Like we don't have to have a birthday this year. Like next year will be it for sure.
Dude, there's still
Like,
people that are trying like.
I can turn 30 next year. I don't want to turn 30 this year.
Just wipe 2020. It's like
doesn't count.
2019, 2021. What
happened there? We don't talk about 2020.
You can't even get people to agree on masks. Not everybody's agreeing on that, bro. Some people, they're not gonna agree on
Look,
it.
I can guarantee like 95% of people would agree that they didn't want to age for one more year, and they'd be okay with lying.
If you take that approach, yeah, okay. Martin, 2020, you got it, bro. You got my vote, bro.
2021, the year starts
2021,
over.
bro.
No one aged this whole year.
It's a take back year.
I'm down.
Get it back.
I turned 38 in December, so I mean, I'm down.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
you got a
buddy.
whole nother December. That's almost like 2 years for you. You got a bonus year.
I've been told I hug like a 29-year-old, so it doesn't matter.
Use cream.
What's your hair care products? Like, what do you? Nothing. I rub a rock in it, bro. The more you try to care for it, the worse it gets. It's like, buy this $19 cream. No, it doesn't work, man. It doesn't work.
Tried it.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, bro? Where you been hiding? What cave
Crying.
you been hiding in? Crying?
Being on my knees and crying and it's like, why, God?
I don't think there's another place to cry. You have to be on your knees. I think if you cry on your feet,
I can think of a lot of ways to
bro, if you cry on your feet, you're skipping steps. Like you got to sit down first, then you got to go to your knees, and you're like, okay, now you're gonna cry.
Okay, but what if you were sitting like at the drive-thru at McDonald's and you're next and like, it just hits you. You're like,
Big Mac and pan.
No, not even Big Mac.
Life
Just
choices.
the dude sitting there like, hey, what you want?
Oh,
You're
God.
like, I want something else.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This guy just called me Dad in the drive-thru. We got issues over here. Yeah, dude.
Drive-thru cries.
I like this part right here.
Wait, you're about to pass gas, huh?
No, this awkward silence.
Oh, you're not gonna.
Yeah,
We
I
can
can
leave
hear
it there.
Richie breathing into the mic. Yeah. I'm watching him caress his knee over here, and I'm like, "What's happening?" I'm gonna have to check the not for kids box when I upload this video.
Again, hands on the table, pal. I keep telling you, hands on the table.
All right, hand
I can
check,
see
bro. Keep them up top.
Keep them up here.
What are we doing here? I don't know what's going on. What's some current events that we could talk about?
There's a lot, dude. I mean, the world's on fire, dude. Like, freaking A. Dude. Like, what isn't there to talk about? You could talk about UFOs. You could talk about, like, the politics.
What about
You could
UFOs,
talk
man?
about, like, what's going on with the
Let's talk about UFOs.
human rights movement. All right, so UFOs, spill it. Spill it. So what do you think about this whole UFO phenomenon? that's
You
happening?
mean that like the government is saying that they're real? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, let's start there.
I didn't need them to tell me that they were real. Number one.
I knew they knew.
What?
Yeah.
So what? So you believe in that UFOs are out there? You don't know? Do you know? What do you think they are? What do you think they come from? What do you think?
I think they come from similar civilizations like ourselves. They're curious. I don't necessarily believe that they're so much more advanced than us, but maybe they are more advanced because they've been able to reach us. We haven't been able to reach them where they are. So maybe that's evidence that they are maybe a little more advanced. But I think they're curious more than
I think
anything.
them flying up in freaking saucers at speed of light says they're pretty advanced.
Kind of advanced.
But here's the thing: I don't think they want to take over.
That
Like
to
I
me.
like
What
we've
if they
seen all the
already
movies. Like we've seen the movies, bro. Like they make it out to be like this thing where like it's us versus them, but like they show up, they're taking some data, they're like maybe they feel bad for us. They're like, we're like the shitty younger brother that's so dumb that they're like, we would,
Poor bastards.
yeah, the rest of the universe would look down on us if we picked on the fucking Earth right now. Like, they'd be like, if we thump these guys, they're gonna be like, don't hit the dumb kid. Like, they're still infant. Like, they're still trying to stand up. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's like that. Do I think they're real? Yes. Do I think aliens exist? Of course, because that's the definition of alien. You don't live here.
What about you? What do you feel?
I mean, I've heard different theories. One of the theories that's caught my attention the most is the theory of its future humans coming back and
Time
visiting.
travelers?
That like they're like time travelers, or they're like so advanced in the future that they know how to come back, and they're either here like observing us or
That's
something.
even more fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're studying us in a sense, like kind of like you would study history. They're just like some fucking punk kid like watching TV. It's
Oh.
like, man, fuck these guys.
Wait,
Why
so
I
they're
gotta
on a-
learn about this?
So they're on a field trip? That's a
Maybe.
shitty field trip. Okay, listen, class.
We're gonna go see the
Today
humans.
it's 3020. We're going to go back to beep, boop, beep, boop, 2020.
Shit'll be fun.
Why the fuck would we want to do that, dude?
Oh, no. Watch,
They do a flyby.
watch.
All the students are like, oh.
They're so ugly.
What are those things they're holding in their hands? Cell phones. Ew. Like, they have cell phones built in their heads at that point, bro. They're doing telepathy talk, right? Like I hear you're laughing in my head. You're not even laughing out loud. I mean, I do that anyway. But
That's called psychosis.
one of the voices. It makes me happy.
That's good.
I mean, talking about how ugly we are. I was watching this guy today, and I mean, normal guy. He's just doing a YouTube video. He's doing reviews
Poor
on
guy.
other YouTube videos. I don't know. Poor guy, maybe poor guy not. But he had an AirPod in his ear, and the whole time I was thinking, is like, I know what this is. I can watch this and listen to this guy. But 10 years from now, this is going to look really dated. And they're going to ask, like, what's in the dude's ear?
Yeah.
Why is he wearing that?
Dude, you're just going to see people go, boom. And then it's just going to be in there, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's so crazy.
For sure, right? Like,
I think so.
They're
I mean,
already
look at
chi-
freaking Elon Musk and Neuralink. Like, it's happening.
dude, they're already chipping people. There's a children chip program where you can chip your children.
That's
so
scary.
like GPS and stuff like
It's
that.
like they do for the dogs, right?
Yeah, it's the same
No,
thing
I'm
for the
just
dogs.
guessing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the same thing. But I mean, and
I
there's
wouldn't want to know that.
anything that people think is gonna come out is already out. Meaning, like, it's in testing somewhere. Like, if it's like if me and you were talking about it at the water cooler, and we're layman's, we're just some average Joe guys that are just like hanging out, you know, having a good laugh. You don't think someone at NASA and the government's like, yeah, we got a guy who touches his ear and he hears phone calls. Like, it's there, dude. Like, it's not gonna happen like 100 years from now. Like, stuff's happening now,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Richie, about UFOs?
So before I go into that, I want to ask one more question. What was the thing that?
I feel like this is a qualifying question.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is intense, dude.
I think we need
Yeah.
to sign
Taking
NDAs
notes.
before he releases everything.
Dang, man.
He has
I
all
need to
that.
sign out an NDA.
He has all the fucking Area 51 info right now. It's like, we just got to find out if you guys are borderline lunatics, so no one
Yeah.
will believe you.
I want to see how well you're going to
This is
receive the
going
information.
great.
Yeah.
You guys are passing with flying colors. We got another
I
one.
feel like we just got Neil deGrasse Tyson right now. He's like, okay, I'll explain it to you, but I want to know what education level you're at right now. Like, are we doing shapes and colors, or am I going to say
grade.
words with more than 5 syllables in it?
But okay, so it's interesting to me. Like, it's such a 20 years ago, it was such a taboo subject, and if you believed in UFOs, you were some sort of nutter, right? Nowadays, if you believe in it, it's kind of like
Still another
more.
pal.
Still nutter. I don't think so. You know what? The A-Tip videos came out. Yeah. The A-Tip videos came out, and I think that kind of changed people's perspectives. There's something out there, military doesn't know what it is. Another article came
Well,
out.
that's what they
I
say.
think vast military doesn't know what it is, but somebody in the military knows what it is.
I don't think anybody knows what the fuck exactly they are.
I think they do.
It tells you a little bit about what I think.
I
but-
think they do. Because, I mean, think about it. Like, okay, why are they releasing this? I think it's more like, okay, we're going to release a little bit to maybe ease people into what we know already.
I think it's a distraction for anything
It
that's
could
going
be.
on in 2020, whether it's political, if you want to go Trump, if you want to go Biden, whatever you want to say, if you want to go George Floyd, all the things we've talked about that made 2020 a dumpster fire. Like, it could be another play. I think it could be another play of it's the sleight of hand. It's the magic hand. Look over here. We have UFOs. Don't worry about the shit we're doing right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain when people were having UFO sightings in 1942. They called them Foo Fighters when they're at war. The planes that were flying over and bombing people. They were getting these like fireflies following them, the balls of fire basically, and they were intelligently controlled. So how do you explain back then what that was?
No, I'm saying that's what it could be now. The government releasing that information.
I think it's
an actual flight and seeing stuff like that. That could just be an event that's happening, like a real time event of somebody witnessing, like, oh my God, what the hell are these fireflies in the sky? Like, what's going on? Like,
Gotcha. So you think it's like part of it, the government knows they have the technology. Yeah. And then the other part, there are some ETs or whatever they might be. I don't know what they might be. There's some sort of intelligence.
It could be Russia.
Yeah. But whatever they know, I think they know, like, okay, so if you were asking me to equate it to what I think they know, in my opinion, they know the iceberg model. They can see the tip of the iceberg, but the majority of it's underwater. Mm-hmm. They still don't know. Mm-hmm. They're just like, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Which is the way, and if anything, the way it works now, there's so many intelligent people in the world that aren't in government agencies. They're not. Look at the kid who hacked Twitter. He was 17 years old. He's 17, and he hacked Twitter, started messing with a bunch of accounts. He's still young enough right now to where they can turn that kid. They can be like, come work for us. Mm-hmm. You're so smart. Let us know. Like they can still get him before he goes down this freaking villain hole of like
make some real money.
Make some real money. Right. And it's
the Pentagon.
It's that whole like open Android, the open information compared to Apple, you know? That open source where like, look, there could be somebody in the world right now that can help us and tell us what the hell this thing is. But we can't get to that person because we've got it on such lockdown, such secrecy, that it's like at some point you ask yourself, like, why do we have such secrecy? We have security around it so nobody can get to it. There's bases, there's security, like nobody's going to get to it, whatever it is. But if there's a 17-year-old kid who's like sees the hieroglyphics on the wall and he's like, I know exactly what the fuck that is. Get that dude in here, bro. Like, give him a nice salary and let's talk to this kid. You know, but that's me.
Yeah, I think that's a similar train of thought. So what made you believe like in the possibility of like actual ETs?
Probably just my curiosity of, or just not wanting to feel alone in the universe. Like I don't know, going to the Grand Canyon, you go there, you feel real, you see how small you really are. Seeing anything on a grand scale is probably like seeing anything on a grand scale where you're just like, wow, I am nothing. Like I'm so little in this big old formula of whatever, or this math problem of whatever life is, and you're like, I'm one digit in there, like a code.
It's like it's too big.
It's just too big,
so empty, right?
And they can see other universes as it is right now, and they can see other universes that are, that look like us, and they've even identified that would be the Earth in that universe. I don't know what the names are. I'm obviously not an expert in this, but you know, YouTube University, like you talk about, got my degree in YouTube University.
YTU.
Yeah, YTU. Woo woo. But yeah, just stuff like that. Like there's no way that Earth is the only thing that's out there, and that there's not other technology and stuff like that. I can't believe that. You're asking specific.
It's like
examples.
The philosophy of it, like
the philosophy of it. That, like, I mean, specific examples. I'm not a scientist. I don't know how to explain how that stuff works, and it's just.
I think what you were talking about was an infinite idea, that if it's so infinite space that at one point or another, there's a probability that you're going to have the same copy, same going on somewhere out in the infinite universe. So I think I have heard that idea before.
Are you talking like a timeline thing, like another me somewhere in another?
Yeah, like in infinity, there's it's so infinite that at one point or another, all this is just going to repeat again. It just because it just
see so... that I don't like to think about, because that makes me want to start drinking and smoking again. That freaks me out, bro. You're like, there's a dude like me, so there's like carbon copies of yourself, or just slightly altered universes or versions of yourself where you can exist somewhere else in another timeline.
Well, that's like one, like
Now you're talking about wormholes and
Yeah,
stuff, and I'm like, now my eyes are like, damn, like I'm about to take a shot, dude. I know how to understand this.
Well, there goes one
Keep
wormhole.
on explaining,
There
bro.
goes one
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see any kind of coming back to what you were saying about like 1940s and like all the information that was then and the lack of it. I think that could be just chopped up to, you know, there being a little bit easier control on what the narrative is. Like the government, if they wanted to, or the media, if they wanted to control a certain narrative, it was a lot easier back then than what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Today, you're kind of forced to.
It's pretty scary how
up
actually
some information.
efficient they are at deleting things. I've seen it happen
Oh,
in real
it's-
time.
I mean,
Dude, even
I'm sure they
Apple.
could.
There's people that would take screenshots of Apple's policies and things like that because they would go in and they would change it. I talked to Casey about this the other day. We were talking about CDs and vinyl records and stuff like that and the importance of still having those things. And it's like, well, who has that stuff anymore? And it's like, well, the importance, and this is just my caveman way of putting it all together, but like, let's say you have an audio file that's on iTunes or something else, another platform. They can go in at any point and you bought that song for $4 and it's Journey, you know, Don't Stop Believing, you know,
Your favorite
all
song
of our
that year.
favorite songs. Yeah. And they go in and they decide they want to digitally remaster it. But you love nothing wrong with the digital remaster and what they did to it and how they fine tuned it and how
But you hate it.
but you're like, I want the original version because that's what I paid for.
Yeah.
I want the scratch on the vinyl. I want whatever you want it for, and they can go in and change it. And
Right.
that's just a very easy way of explaining it. And like,
No, I
you know,
understand.
it's not going to hurt anybody by changing a song, but policies are much heavier than that. But it's like that
Right.
to me, at
Right.
least.
No, that makes
So.
sense.
I mean, that's like changing definitions in the dictionary. Like, that happens now. I mean, people are changing definitions in dictionaries. Like, well, when did that meaning change? And, I mean, they just added
Yeah.
jabroni to the dictionary.
They did?
One of the dictionaries. I was like,
Jabroni.
sick. I was like, sick. That's a real
Wonder
word.
how long the Rock's been working on that. Jabroni.
But, you know, last year that wasn't a real word.
No.
And a lot of people knew what it meant, but, you know, they added it. I forgot which dictionary they put it on, but it's a word now. So you can use it in, you know, Yahtzee
anything
or
that
Scrabble.
you can.
I don't know if either of those use letters. Jenga.
Jenga. Yahtzee. Oh, no, yeah. No, not Yahtzee.
Scrabble.
There you go.
Scrabble.
He's
Words
a
with
Scrabble.
friends.
Words with friends. Dude, if Jabroni showed up, I'm deleting that app. I'm like, fuck this app.
Not a
dude.
word.
I'm out, dude. I'm doing screenshots of Wikipedia trying to find the word. No way, dude. I
Yep.
think that's also counterproductive to us as a society is that we've gotten to a point where now so many words and so many things have been created that we have to feel like we have to continue creating things. Now you have words like jabroni in the dictionary.
Yeah. But there's nothing
But-
wrong with jabroni.
There's nothing wrong with it, but the next one will say slang for blah, 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 right?
Oh, it doesn't say slang. It tells you what it means. It doesn't say slang. But
This is why I checked out of of society, dude. This is why I've been on the
Oh,
couch
man.
smoking and drinking my ass off for the last year.
what's
You
the pin?
You don't remember?
Nah. I knew it.
It's a palindrome, bro.
Oh, the backwards.
Jabroni.
Yeah.
Is that how you spell jabroni? It's in the dictionary, not the urban one. Dictionary?
Wiktionary.
The definitions? I don't know.
Definitions.net.
Alex. Fuck Alex.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, I'm gonna hate this if I can't find it now.
Just type in like Webster's dictionary or something.
Real dictionary.
Bro, have you ever searched anything before? I
Look,
remember my
only
first time
showing
searching.
me what. Yeah, dictionary.com. A stupid, foolish, or competent I can't read. Somebody with a higher degree than me.
Contemptible person.
There you go.
Loser.
Loser. I
She
know how to
always
read
has
that
a
one.
comeback to own the trolls and jabronis on Twitter.
Shut your mouth, you dumb jabroni.
I guess, bro. I guess
That's
it's a word now.
dictionary.com, dude. Dictionary.com. And I didn't know it was spelled that way.
Yeah.
I spelled it wrong, see?
Dude, that's my all right. That's my goal for 2021. I want to make a word that gets in the dictionary, as good or as bad as jabroni. Bro.
I don't know, man. It took them, what, like 20 years for that to happen? Maybe not that long. 15?
I'm telling you, if The Rock wasn't The Rock, that would not be a word. I'm not taking it away from him. I'm just saying, if The Rock and Dwayne Johnson wasn't this millionaire tycoon
What
guy,
do you got against The Rock?
I have nothing against him. He has sexy abs. He has nice pecs.
You think he's an alien, don't you?
I think he's an alien because of all the stories he's done. He looks out of this world.
You know, I should have made a bet. I should have said if jabroni's a real word in the dictionary, you got the drama bull tatted.
He got it taken off. He got it covered up.
Yeah, but you should get it tatted to relive.
Have you seen that crazy Brahma bull he's got now, covering it up?
No.
Look that up, bro. Look at the Rock. Dude. He looks like he's straight out of hell.
No. Drama bull.
Brahma bull.
Brahma.
B.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
Brahma bull.
Really?
Just put like the Rock's tattoo.
New Rock tattoo.
Rock bull.
Oh, those are his shoes. Yeah.
Rock tattoo. Jesus, I need to
Look at that one, bro.
Oh shit.
Look at that, dude.
Damn. So when you can afford a real tattoo.
Yikes,
It
dude.
would have been sick if we would have left like a little bit of the old one in it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
He just decided he wanted to cover it up, man. But look at what he got on there. Like,
That's sick.
dude, that thing, I mean, looks good. The artwork is good, right? But that thing looks like
The original one's so iconic, though, man.
It is iconic.
It's
And
like-
it's even on his shoe or on his gear, his WWE gear.
Yeah, like you can't go up and take a picture with him now with the Drama Bull sticker on his arm now. You know, now you gotta like
Drama Bull, bro. Brahma Bull, bro.
Drama Bull. It's all the same. It's all drama. It wasn't real wrestling.
Whoa! All right, dude. Let me hit you with this chair, and we'll see if it's not real wrestling, bro.
I'm not saying they ain't athletes. They
Okay,
they weren't
okay.
competing. It's not a
Okay.
real fight.
The outcomes were fake. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
outcomes are fake. The whole thing's fake.
There. Oh my God.
Just like the aliens.
I'm walking out.
Look, if the aliens turned out to be future humans, were they really aliens?
That's weird, dude.
Then it's fake. That is not real.
What would make
Well,
him an alien?
that's the thing, right? What are they? Do we know? We don't.
So
Like,
what if
one of
it's-
the ideas is
So
extraterrestrials.
that's what
the other
we call
idea is,
them as
like-
aliens.
Well, I
How
mean,
would
an
they
alien
identify?
to us. I mean, right? But like, they could be future humans. They could be interdimensionals.
I don't know. Monkey's pretty alien to me.
Yeah,
I've never
they
seen a
could be
monkey.
some
What'd you call
freaking
me?
Sasquatch or some shit.
Sasquatch could be alien.
Interdimensional. Dude, I don't know. Like, yeah, what would you call them if they weren't aliens? What do you think they call themselves?
Imagine that's just like a slur to them, and that's what the government's gotten us to call them as
Yeah.
aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens a slur to aliens, and they don't want to come near us because we kept calling them aliens.
Bro, that's
There's
marketing.
terrible people down there.
They're gonna invade us.
How many times have movies influenced people, right? Obviously. Like, if an alien came down and walked out, look at how many people we have. Look at that kid that shot those two guys. He said he was protecting that business,
Mm-hmm.
and he shot the two guys.
Yep.
That's just another human that's like pulling on a door handle of a closed business.
Yep.
Imagine an alien came out and walked out of a spaceship. You don't think some dude's like, holy hell, look at this here motherfucker right here. Like, that dude is like not asking that dude questions.
Hey, look, I'm not
He's going, Martha, come out here. Look at what I got. Like, he's not asking questions, dude. Like,
I'll translate for everybody else at home. Mira, estos cabrones llegaron de ese pinche piloto, no mamen. Hey, tráeme el pinche soplete, lo más cabrón. Ahorita los cavamos, esos cabrones. Un pinche plomazo y los cavamos.
I need to pull up Google Translate. Hold on.
I
Do it
just said
again.
what you said.
Yeah, dude.
Anda, Marta, ven pa' acá.
See?
Exact same thing.
Some rednecks doing it. Some Mexican dudes doing it. Like, there's no way. Like,
Right. That's probably why they haven't showed up.
Yeah.
These fuckers.
I wouldn't show up. Yeah, every time you show up, you're like, these just got warheads.
Bro, there's an,
So what
there's
about
an
this?
island.
Speaking of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's an island in the middle of nowhere that they've tried to come visit, like with indigenous people. They literally throw spears at a fucking plane, and they think the plane's a god.
That's true.
It's like
yeah.
literally
Arrows.
those guys that
There's
know
a picture
nothing.
of a Cessna that's flying over, was trying to contact these tribes.
Yeah.
And it has a bunch of arrows in the wing.
Yeah, like this is human nature to fuck up anything that comes in our area.
Wow, dude. Where is that at?
bird again.
Dude, pull that up. Where is that at?
Oh man, it's I think off the Indian Ocean. Fuck. 3223.
So-
Fuck.
20. Yeah, 20. There you go. We went over this last time. He's like, well, now everybody knows your code to the and I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, you have to have the tablet. It's like your ATM card. I'll tell you the code to my ATM, but you got to get the card from me. Like,
There are ways.
He's just looking
come
at
at
the
me,
guy.
bro.
He's looking at you. He's like, you gonna get this card? I'm gonna get that card.
I'm gonna throw a spear at you, bro. Dude, that is weird to me. That is crazy for me to think that there are still tribes and still indigenous people out there that, and I know they exist, but
I mean, we just found a new species of moth that we've never seen before, and it's this big furry looking, cute looking moth creature.
and there's
Pokemon,
still miles left of the ocean that we haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I
And
don't
so
think
Just
you're
around-
asking
yeah.
about UFOs, like, are they?
We don't
do
even
they
know what the hell's
have-
here.
We don't even know what's on. Yeah,
They
like-
could be here.
they're like, there's a new moth. I'm like, oh my god, there's a new moth. I'm stressed out, dude. I'm like, Jesus, bro, what are we gonna call it? Moth 2.0. What are the other names? How many moths are there? Like,
Bro, if you watch Pokemon at all, dude, you'll know. There's just over 1,000 now.
dude, I work with a Pokemon, dude.
JoJo's not a Pokemon.
Not
dude.
JoJo, dude. This guy at work, bro. He's like, looks like he's always half asleep. Fuck, you call him Snorlax, dude. Dude,
The big sleepy
he's
guy.
a round dude. Yeah. When he puts in work, he does it. But when he's not, dude, he's Snorlaxing right there at work, just letting boxes go by. I'm like, come on, dude.
Someone's not getting their package tomorrow.
Yeah, someone's not getting their overnight cell phone case.
So, yeah, missionary. This would be probably.
Yeah,
I
I
like that
remember there's a
position.
missionary that went down there.
Mhm, it was.
Oh yeah, he was killed during an.
Oh, I thought you were talking about positions.
Yeah, that too. Well, he got caught.
My bad.
He got caught in the missionary position.
Ah, he
You
was
know.
a missionary. Got it.
Yeah, he was in that position.
So who's visiting there? Like, are people like there? Are there people like?
Men of God. They're trying to bring truth and compassion, and then
Wow.
they get murdered.
Yeah, it's the Sentinelese people. Yeah, I think that's the most like remote island out there right now where they have like no contact, or if any contact they get they attack.
How the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
These,
I can't even say that, bro.
I wish I could that word.
Mm-hmm.
Richard, someone with a college degree.
Oh, Sentinelese?
Yeah, there you go. See?
Sentinelese.
I knew it was a good idea. to bring him
Dude,
on.
my brain was
one of us
cramping.
one of us could eventually
Dude,
read.
hot magma, dude. My shit turned into mashed potatoes trying
I
to figure
started.
out that
I was trying to
word.
figure it out in Spanish. I was like, maybe it's a Spanish word. I don't see it.
It's missing some
Like The
apostrophes.
Office. Sabre.
Saber. Sabre.
I recognize this one, Jesus.
That Jesus.
Jesus, bro.
They're just bringing the gardeners to the Sentinelese people.
It says, please do not be angry at them or at God if I get killed. Whoa.
Yeah, so this poor guy.
So how far back are they? Like,
I mean, they've been there. They're still there today.
but like technology wise, how far back are they?
Uh,
Did you see? Do you know?
like bows and arrows.
They
and
still
stuff.
have. Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
they're
said
like-
arrows.
like
Yikes,
spears
dude.
and-
They're doing like village.
Yeah,
mentality,
village,
like,
Yup.
Tight,
They're still sharing all the women like they used to.
tight.
Yeah. One dude, one guy.
All verbal contracts.
Yep. Not even a contract. Like, hey, you come through, you come through.
Dang. You know what they don't have over there is COVID. That's for sure. No way. And you're not
Imagine they don't even know
they don't even know
that they
what
got
COVID.
wiped out because of COVID.
All of us get wiped out. And
No,
then just-
Sentinels all wiped out because of COVID. We don't know.
Could you imagine we all get wiped out and they're left the Sentinelese? Yeah, nailed it.
Buddy,
Yeah,
but think about it. They're gonna think that we were aliens.
There's a
Because
new
look,
Adam
they're
and
gonna
Eve.
see stuff like this as like, this is alien
Yeah.
technology. What is this? And they're not gonna know how to turn on. They're gonna turn on iPhone. They're like Monsanto.
Dude, can you? Dude, that's a movie. That's a story.
And that's how the apple from Adam
Yeah,
and Eve.
they can start, yeah, literally the fucking apple.
Oh God, it's a loop.
It's full circle.
Dude, can you imagine?
Eve would find the fucking apple. It's an iPhone. It gives her all the knowledge. It gives her all the knowledge of the world. And God's just the one last guy that stayed alive.
I don't think
and knows what
5G
an
works
apple
out
is.
there, dude. Even the strongest network's not working out there. No.
That's why they lost it. Back to the Stone Age.
Oh man.
Can you imagine everybody gets wiped out and then like old indigenous tribes like this are the ones left to start over again? That's
I
like
can
a movie.
imagine.
That's like a M. Night Shyamalan movie plot.
Yeah, that's like the real world.
They just gotta find one iPhone with like at least 80% charge, because you know the last 1% lasts forever. But if they find one with 80% and maybe a little internet, they might like create a whole religion.
Well, that screen's cracking in less than 5 minutes.
Knowing mankind.
We had Neanderthals that would walk in the store. I don't know how it broke. I don't know how it broke. Like, dude, really, bro? You know how this
sat
flat
on it.
piece of glass broke on your round ass when you sat down?
Comes in looking like a banana.
Dude, I don't know how
Yeah, I
it broke.
remember
Yeah,
that.
oh, dude, the chassis of the phone is bent. I don't know how it broke. Yeah, you think that these dudes aren't like, dude, there's a spear going right into that thing. The first beep it makes, beep. I got rid of the threat. Like,
But I mean, if you think about it, like say they managed to get off this island, or they're not even an island, they just decide to migrate and there's nobody there, and they like stumble onto like a fucking house, like a house like this, or like a city. Like, what would they think? Like, is this like, they wouldn't think it's an old
Atlantis.
civilization. I mean, they would just think like, oh, dude, like these are gods, or this was built by
Right,
gods. They wouldn't understand how these
mind
buildings
blown, dude.
were built. And like that's what I'm saying. Like this is alien. This is alien. This
Running
fucking
water,
everything.
electricity.
Like, where's the water coming from? Like it's all like
Right.
the Garden of Eden. Like it's all coming from anywhere, and it's plentiful. And it's like how would they know? How would they figure out that it was man-made at one point? And I know there's an argument that the Earth and the civilization of people was longer than it is that we know of. Like they talk about the Sumerians. Now the Sumerians, like their whole reign was a lot older and longer than what we know, but a lot of it's lost.
Possibly.
But I mean, who knows? Who really knows? Like we don't have any of that data.
Speaking about the Sumerians, one of the interesting things about the Sumerians is that they kind of popped out of nowhere. Like, you know, there was an evolutionary period where...
Well, not nowhere. A man and a woman, they got together.
But I mean, the
I'm
advanced
just
knowledge,
kidding,
bro. Like, freaking, they had the stars mapped out, and they were getting really accurate reads of where the planets were going to be,
Right.
where the stars were going to be in like 1,000 years from now. And some of those mathematic equations are still used today. So
Like
I mean,
the
like,
Mayans.
yeah, like the exactly.
Yeah.
So where these civilizations get all these advanced knowledges from?
Look, we
There
talked
were-
about this earlier. It's just coincidence.
There's
That's a
like,
big coincidence.
I don't know what they call it, but like huts or buildings or something. But like when you'd stand inside, how like you're saying, where certain ways the stars would align would shine the light through into the building, and they would know like certain time of year that it was and stuff
yeah.
like that. Like that's wild, bro.
Yeah.
I would not survive. I would not survive. I would not be the dude who's like, wait, whenever that star is right there,
But
we should plant the crop over here.
but think
I would die the first year, bro. I would be like, well, we're done, dude. Like, I don't
Planted in
know.
the wrong place.
Yep.
It was
I was
supposed to
gonna
be
say,
east
but
and
think
went
about
west.
it. Like
I don't even know how to start fire. I watched it on Castaway the one time, and dude, I'm out. Like, I'm eating cold ravioli cans until we use them all up, dude.
I mean, like I was gonna say, like you're thinking of it from today, where your premise is, but like think about how you understand how your world works right now. What if it was common knowledge to like navigate by the stars and like when the crops were gonna grow exactly 42
Right.
days from the day you put it in there, put 6 gallons of water in it.
Right.
Like you know how to navigate a car, right?
Right.
And the freeways. Like somebody in that era would come here is like, oh, I'm gonna fucking die. There's things flying around all over the place. They're gonna hit me. They're going to 60 miles an hour if I know what that means. And you know, it's just a perspective. Like maybe
Yeah.
at that point, everybody's just geniuses with star navigation. We just don't comprehend that because we don't use it anymore.
We're smart for our time.
Right.
They're
Well,
smart for their time.
some of
Because
us.
if you put us back then, yeah. 'Cause, well, I mean, they don't have technology.
Right.
They don't have Instagram. They don't have Twitter. They're not playing Words with Friends. They're listening to like the village leader who's like breaking down the story of this is how the stars work. This is why we plant the crops on this day. This is why like they get those stories.
Yeah.
Is that kind of what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it's just for the time period. Yeah, for us, it might seem so, like, implausible that they're that smart, but maybe it was just common knowledge.
One of the
at
other things, though,
during
is that
time.
how fast that civilization appeared out of nowhere. I mean, they had advanced structures, social structures,
Right.
engineering structures,
Right.
had crops. So, like, all that knowledge, all of a sudden, whoosh, you know, what their different stories, Sumerian stories say that there was gods that came down to earth and taught them everything.
Right.
And that actually, there's a Sumerian story that talks about creating man, and the
Trading?
thing is, no,
Creating.
creating man.
Yeah, they have a creation story as well.
They have a creation. They said that they came down here to get minerals, gold, and things like that, and work the land for those sort of things, gold mainly. And the gods got tired of this, so they said, "Let's create a worker for us."
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like Enki. Enki says, "Okay, I'll create a worker," and his mom says, "Well, maybe you should create one from scratch." And Enki says, "No, I have the perfect image to create it from. I'm going to take an ape, like Neanderthal kind of man, and then I'm going to imbue him with our intelligence, with our image."
Like a Cro-Magnon.
Yeah, exactly. And then imbue him with our intelligence, and that'll be our workers. So there's an interesting thing that correlates with that time period too, is that at one point there's a genetic marker called what is it? The original Eve or something like that. But basically what it's saying is at one point there was a family of humans that were the only family of humans that survived, like either a mass die-off or the other branches died off, but there's only one group that survived, and we came from that family. We came from that group, and that originated in Africa somewhere near Samaria, funny enough. And they say that the variants in the genes go back to around 250,000 years, 300,000 years, right around there. And this also lines up with what the Sumerians were saying at what time periods and all that. So that's a very interesting thing. If you go to the Bible too, and you look at the word that's used to say the name of God, there's a couple of them. One of them is Yahweh, the Tetragrammaton. There's another one, when literally it's translated as God, it's called Elohim. Elohim is an interesting word because Elohim means plurality of gods. It doesn't mean one God, it says plurality. Now there's a really interesting scripture.
Like Hindu?
In Psalms. Really interesting. And in Psalms, there's this scripture where it's like talking about the wisdom of the gods, and then literally one of the people stands up on the table and then chastises the gods and says, why should we trust you? You guys are immortal too. Yeah.
Okay.
And
So he challenges everyone?
he challenges the god. Why should we trust you?
What did the gods do?
Do
you remember?
No, because it was a parable. So, like, the psalm was relating a parable from the past.
Okay.
And so he was relating the story of this person that stood up and challenged the God and called and said, "Hey, you guys die too. You guys fall off a tree. You die as well." So there's this view that there are some mortality of gods. Then when you see, like, the other things, like, that never made sense to me that angels can come down and have intercourse with women and make babies. And make hybrids. Like, how is a spiritual creature doing that, right? And the other thing too is if you see the different interactions with angels, it's really interesting because and one of them, they go to who is it? Abraham before they go to Lot. And they go to Abraham, and Abraham is said to let these angels in and to give him water or food, break bread with them, cook him a whole entire meal. And then a group come over. The angels were there to destroy the city, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And a group comes over to Abraham's house and is asking. No, I think this is actually no. So he travels from Abraham to Lot. He goes to Lot's house too, and then Lot also gives him food and water. It's a long trip. I think it happens in the span of 2 days. And then at Lot's city, people come over and knock on the door and say, hey, we know you have people in there, bring him out. We want to do bad things to them. One of the things they wanted to do was rape them.
They want to rape them.
They want to rape them.
And they ask permission. A lot of people don't do that nowadays.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hey, bro, I saw you got some new people in there.
Yeah.
exactly. Like how creepy, right?
I know that's a horrible joke, but I mean, they knocked. Like,
And lots like
they weren't waiting in the shadows like some of these creeps.
and yeah, the courteous rapist.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, neighborhood rapist, just want to say.
You're here.
There's more of us
yeah,
than you.
there's somebody in there.
It's gonna
We'd like him out
happen.
here.
We got the pitchforks.
Dude, rapists, they lost all their values and morals now, dude. They don't
Seriously.
do this stuff.
How
God.
fucking rude.
I know. They're no
That's
longer
horrible
the courteous.
joke. That's a horrible joke.
So there's this sense of physicality here, physical violence that can occur, right? And Lot actually says, "Hey, go do something else." In fact, he offers one of his daughters. He's like, "Here,
Yeah.
take my daughter
Take my
instead."
daughter.
yeah, really given. But
How many
hey,
daughters did he have?
daughters.
Take one of 97 daughters. There you go. Two?
Two daughters.
Oh, he didn't like that one, obviously.
yeah, he's the least favorite.
I think
I've
he
been trying to
offered
get
both.
rid of this.
I think he offered both. Here, take my daughters. I think.
Whoa.
So
What a
so
jerk.
then like these angels, after they've washed their feet
Definitely
and
not
done
a
all
girl
these
dad.
things, they use some sort of technology where they blind the people and they run away and everything, right? But there's all these occurrences where angels seem very physical, very human-like almost, which is interesting. And then you got some other stories where, like, for instance, Moses in the desert asked God to show him the Holy Spirit as a sign that he was doing the right thing by leading the people to the promised land and that he wasn't wasting his time. And the angel said to him, okay, go stand over by a rock and wait there. So Moses goes and stands over by a rock, and then something comes out of the sky. He describes it as something like a fireball and great light flies over. It ends up burning his face. It sounds like radiation almost.
Yeah.
It burns his face, and his face is burned for like a week, and he has to like cover it and stuff. And that's all like some of these things in the Bible sound like
Alien
UFO
encounters.
experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, buddy?
Yeah, no, I mean I've heard those theories and all that, and to that extent, like, well, like the whole physical part of it or the angel part of it was, well, who's to say that they couldn't be physical if they were sent down, by God? He sent his son to come die for us as a physical human being. Why can't there be like some sort of physical aspect to it if they are spiritual?
Right.
And I get that whole side where you shouldn't be able to, have, relationships with a spiritual being in a sense. But at the same time, like, we're very ignorant, and I like the word ignorant a lot because I feel like we're very ignorant on a lot of things. One being the spiritual world or spiritual realm.
Nicolas Cage did a movie like that. He's an angel. He wanted to have sex with Meg Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Dude, if it's in the Bible, Nicolas Cage has done that movie, dude. He's done every movie.
If it's a movie, I've probably
If it's
not
a
seen
yeah.
it.
Dude, he gives up his angel wings so he can be with this girl.
And then she dies.
And then she dies, dude. Spoiler.
Joke's on him.
She dies, dude. And now he's there being angelless.
I would have been so disappointed.
Yeah, gave it up for a girl,
I would have
dude.
been disappointed watching the movie. Like, this led up to nothing.
Yeah, dude.
There was no point.
Gave up his eternal angel wings for this one girl, and she's like, I'm out. Like,
I think I remember watching that scene, and at one point I knew what was going to happen, and I was like, "No, Meg Ryan, don't go on that bike, Meg Ryan, don't die."
The slow-mo bike scene,
Yeah.
yeah. You're like, nobody rides a bike like that in slow motion and ends well. Nobody, dude.
I've
Spoiler
not
alert.
seen the movie, but
That
I can
movie's
imagine
like
how she was riding that
30
bike.
years old, dude, at least.
And I'm not going to watch it.
No, I know you're not
It's
gonna watch
way
it.
past my time. I'm not even going to watch the movies that come out this year.
I just want to know
We were
when
just
it
going
came
over
out
them
now.
last episode.
Sorry, I didn't mean to freaking take your thunder, buddy.
No Thunder Ticket. No, and like I said, I mean, that is something that I find interesting with like the Sumerian story and how knowledgeable they were on like the cosmos and their.
So you say, why can't angels be physical? And I'm saying, why
City
can't
of
angels
Angels?
just be an intelligence that we just don't understand?
Oh, I totally agree. I mean,
Yeah.
it could also be that too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely probably smarter than all of us. I mean, they wanted to people wanted to rape them for a reason. I mean, they saw something. If
They
it
were
wasn't,
so
that
beautiful.
sexiness from the
Yeah,
brain,
sexiness.
could have been the sexy wings.
This podcast is definitely not for kids.
Oh, it used to be,
Sexy
wasn't it? At
angels.
one point.
Hide your
Episode
kids,
1.
hide your wife.
Can you imagine a sexy angel though? Maybe not as
I've
sexy
seen 'em
as,
at Halloween
as
parties.
Mr. Cage.
I've seen them. They're around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't seen
Well, the
a
wings
sexy
are-
angel in a long time.
Yeah, the wings are big. Yeah, dude, Victoria's Secret. The wings are bigger than the underwear.
You're
I've seen
right,
them, dude.
You're right. You're right. I forgot
I've
about
seen
those
them, dude.
angels.
Yeah.
Those are real angels.
They definitely read the
See?
Bible. They're like, I know how
Angels
to do
are
this.
real. They just walk on a strip.
Yeah, dude.
Model underwear. I can see why they wanted to get raped. Well,
They didn't want to get raped.
Wrong choice of words. I can see why the guys wanted to rape
Now you're doing
them.
semantics, bro.
Sorry. Okay, look. If angels from another galaxy came in looking the way those angels look like, to a
It's their
fucking
fault?
medieval. No, to a
We're getting
medieval.
dangerous here.
To a medieval,
So it's
like,
gonna be
little-
called Rapist Trainwreck, dude.
a little city. Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's why they don't come down here.
The whole town
This
saw
is
them
why.
come in their underwear. They're like, hey, yo, Lot, you got the angels in there.
Send them
Bring
out.
'em out. No, take my ugly daughters. Take all of them. You're not getting the angels.
And then freaking the town blows up like a freaking nuclear explosion, right?
True.
Like
Blows up. For
yeah,
sure.
just
Like
a whole
what?
thing, like a nuclear
just destroy it.
explosion, just
No,
like
how is it?
like
Oh, great. My setup.
no microphone casualties. We're
Thanks
done
for
here.
the
This
special
recording.
effects, bro. I know we have nice mics and a nice screen over there, but we haven't gotten to the. Yeah, we'll have that next time.
Jeez, I think I'm
We
going
need
to
a
get canceled
soundboard.
for sure now.
You're getting canceled for sure, dude.
Yeah,
You can't even
the
be.
aliens' fault.
You can't even be a Boy Scout leader after this, dude. No. They were like, we have one last spot for Boy Scout leader. Who's it gonna be?
Not
Not
that guy.
that guy.
Definitely
Yeah.
not that guy.
Have you ever?
Is Epstein still on here?
Have you ever spoken about rapey angels on a non-monetized podcast ever in your life? Check. Sorry, buddy, you can't be a squad leader or a yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes, bro.
Yeah, super yikes for sure. Wrong choice of words, like I said. Not my moment. I was gonna say not my brightest moment, but definitely not a moment. It's just not a moment.
It's a moment.
No, but I think one of the things that I heard about the Sumerians too
These
is
are my
that
friends.
the way that they were I heard that they were like engineered, like genetically engineered as
Right.
like, you know, like you said, part ape, part like alien or whatever. And then somehow in that engineering that they also engineered them to like gold, to lust over gold, because that's one of the minerals, kind of how you were talking about earlier, that the aliens really wanted. So it made them go out
I
and
heard
actually
that.
want
heard
gold,
that.
so they would go and, you know, find it and excavate it for themselves and to, you know,
Makes
give
a lot
it
of
to
sense.
to give it to the aliens. So I've heard these stories. To me, I think they're amazing stories. I love them. I love hearing them. You know, it doesn't change my faith at all. I mean, because
Oh, yeah.
at the same time, like I said, we're completely. I feel like no matter what it is,
But
we're
that
gonna be
model,
ignorant of
that
it.
model works.
Oh,
How do you,
sick,
how do
yeah.
you, how do we get what we want? We get them to like it as much as us or more, right?
Yeah,
It's
and
the
to
sa-
them, it could just be gasoline.
I think about that for cell
Or
phones.
youth property. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gold is interesting. It's got monoatomic properties. It's really interesting stuff.
I've
Like-
talked to you about this about the cell phones, about GPS, and like if they were handing out GPS trackers for everybody, and you just went and got in line, and here's your GPS tracker, here's your GPS tracker, nobody would get in line for that. But if you take a GPS tracker and you put everybody's favorite things on them,
Yep.
Words of Friends, Instagram, Facebook,
Track
an
everything.
awesome camera with great megapixels. Oh, this camera's better than the last camera. This better than the last camera. Better than the last camera. You put all those favorite things in there, and now you have someone who's like, "All right, I'll carry around your GPS tracker."
And the 5 microphones and 3 cameras.
Right.
That's why he never answers his phone.
It's
He's
under
they
like
ain't
this-
tracking me.
You see Richie from the other room.
No,
I know it's listening.
He leaves
It
that
is.
phone at his house and he goes explores the world on his own for like 8 months at a time. He comes back and check in. Oh, thumbs up.
But no, that
They'll never know
we were
where
talking
I'm
about.
at.
We were talking about that phone thing earlier. I'm not as bad as you, like I was saying, but this thing, that's your choice. I don't mean bad in a bad way.
You're
I
bad.
mean bad in the best way possible.
You're not bad for letting us track you all the time.
Yeah, but no, I don't like to get back to people right away. And I tell my
schedule.
I tell my girl, I'm like, the phone is not for me to get back to them when they want me to. It's for me to get back to them when I want to.
Yep.
Like that. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, the GPS thing, that's the same as the gold, man.
Yeah, no, totally.
Like, how do we get these people to get this stuff for us? Well, we make them like it. That sounds like the same thing to my caveman brain.
Yeah, no, and totally makes sense. Like I said, I love the ideas. I think they're amazing, like stories and ideas and theories that come out. Because, I mean, we really are ignorant on everything that's, before us. I mean, there isn't a lot of information. We have, like, the pyramids, which God knows how old those really are. I mean, people are still debating whether they're X, Y, or Z, old. When
The Sphinx and stuff like
a
that.
lot of people are saying that there's, like signs that the Sumerians were even involved in that, and they were way before the Egyptians. So it's like, well, what's true? What's not true? Who really was here?
It's also an interesting thing that the gods that progressed were like a morphology of the gods that came before.
Right.
So the Sumerian gods went into the Egyptian into the Greek, and they're like new names, but a lot of the same functions.
Right.
Yeah. Which is
That's with a lot of religions. Yeah. A lot of religions are a lot of gods. I've noticed that. Then they like just kind of like shave away the stuff that they don't like and like add the stuff that they want. Yeah.
I don't get why we haven't had a buff Jesus.
Buff Jesus?
Yeah. I mean,
We've had Rip Jesus.
I haven't seen Rip Jesus.
Yeah, he's got abs, bro. He's ripped.
Dude,
You haven't seen
sick.
Rip Jesus up on the cross?
Well,
Oh, that's true.
I don't know. I don't know about ripped. Ripped apart. I get it.
No,
I don't
bro.
know
He
about
has
ripped.
abs. He's got those shoulder muscles. It's hard to stay up there
Seen
that
Korean.
long, dude.
I remember Korean Jesus. I thought that was
Korean
fucking awesome.
Jesus. Korean Jesus. But everybody knows that guy doesn't even look like that. So that's why I think it's funny when people walk up to me and they're like, or probably even you now with your hair. We got the bun boys in the house here. I'm not rocking mine. You got yours. But yeah, when people are like, oh, you look like Jesus. I'm like, Jesus doesn't even look like that. It's what you think Jesus looks like. It's what they've sold to you, man.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't know.
No, nobody knows.
No.
They don't have cameras. They
No.
have GPS trackers.
No. The razor phone, dude.
So-
Interesting to your point. You said that it doesn't. You don't have to change your faith. In fact,
No.
like the Vatican, for instance, there was a class that was done in the Vatican that had to do with like, how do we preach to extraterrestrials? The idea of ET life. Even the Vatican has like started to accept it, and they're like, how do we talk to them? Would they be part of God's system or not? They've thought about this, and they gave an instruction on extraterrestrial, and then the other thing they call is what it was called shadow life. They called something else shadow life.
Shadow life.
Yeah, which is more of like the metaphysical things like demons and.
Well, yeah, that's something I was actually gonna tie on right now. I was like, well, why does it have to limit like aliens to be angels? Why can't they be considered demons? I mean, we have stories of demons all the time too.
Definitely.
What's the difference there? Is it is it a different race of aliens that are coming visiting that are meant to just come and do harm, or is it one and the same? And it's just
Well, if there's
perceived
one
differently?
here already, what's the probability of another one being here?
Very
Right,
high. Very
right.
high. Yeah. Very high.
But why does it? And I totally get it. So it's to me, it's the same probability of it being a separate intelligent life from another like dimension, universe, or whatever it might be, where it could just be the same as a spiritual one. It could just very well be this one and the same, or it could be more one or more the other. And it to me, it's like it kind of lies on wherever the ball falls. It could very, very easily land on either side. And it's what you choose to kind of go with. Do you go with, okay, this side makes more sense, or does this side make more sense? But and like I said, I mean, I don't know what the Vatican has said on that. And to me, it's like, well, what if they understand that? Well, what if this is part of God and God's coming down and it's like, well, yeah, this was God the whole time. You just kept calling them aliens, or who knows? Or they're like, yeah, no, they're not people. We're gonna ignore them. We're just gonna come and just hang
It's
out
really
over
hard
here.
to define that.
Right. It's like how do we know now?
I think that's part of the problem of what we do now, though, is like how we have to define things so quickly. once it's found out.
Well, what happens when you have an experience that doesn't fall into your normal categories of definition?
Wait, what?
What happens when you have an
I
experience?
was pretending to listen. Sorry.
Well, he did a good job.
Yeah.
What happens when you have an experience for yourself that you cannot place? It doesn't fall into the normal category of experience for you.
Oh, I think a couple different things happen. Like, yeah, okay, so I think someone might entertain it and try to figure out what happened, what the definition is, if they're curious enough, and then others are quick to dismiss it. Like I don't have time for that. It doesn't fit with my morning Starbucks, my Twitter, my this and that. Like,
I think that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the two responses whenever somebody has a direct experience with something like this. Is either they'll like, you know what, I don't want to talk about that again because it freaks them out. And
Right.
It doesn't jive with their view of their fundamental reality. And other people have a neutral or a positive experience, and sometimes they want to learn more. But yeah, I think that's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. It has to be neutral or positive, but I think the side like that you touched on is seeking for more knowledge. I think that's where you kind of see the division. Is either you want to learn more, or you don't. It's like you want to chase the dragon and see where it takes you, or you know what, like you said, it's not part of what I want to do right now. I'm gonna ignore it. It's not gonna matter.
Right.
And I mean, people can live happy both ways. They really can. But a lot of the times, like you said, like what could possibly, I don't want to say go wrong, but what's the harm in wanting to seek more in that sense?
Right. To
Like
understand.
why wouldn't you want to go out and seek, something better than what we got now, or see if it makes more sense? Or even...
And I think the other thing too, like for those that do seek more knowledge, there's a sort of hunger. Like part of it might be PTSD because it's like they can't put it in a place where they can define it, and they're like, well,
Right.
I need more information to be able to do that, and
Right.
until I can't do that, and I feel like killing.
Because it's so...
like I just started listening.
What?
Are you awake?
Like this We're going to kill somebody.
Episode number 2 that doesn't get aired.
This is
You
the
have-
last episode.
You have my attention. What?
I mean, like you go mad. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
That like you go
Poor
mad.
choice
You
of
go
words.
mad. You go mad with the search of knowledge.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant. But I was thinking about how, like, who would be on that list of murder. So, who would be the top 3?
You don't have a list.
I ran out of lipstick to write it on the wall, dude.
A good reference.
Yeah.
Look, Richard, I'm glad you're talking right now. People are gonna forget about my Ricky Angel stuff.
Nobody's forgetting about that.
No, that's the
They
new-
wanted it.
Yeah.
The sexy angels.
Look, they had Bella Hadid in that house of Job.
What? I don't even know what you
Bella Hadid was in that house with
Oh,
Job.
okay. All right.
You're telling me all those villagers didn't want a piece of Bella Hadid?
Never met her.
Me neither. But
Apparently.
I hope she's an angel.
Buddy, you know that's going to be merch. That's going to be the next shirt. Rapey angel. It's going to be the top seller,
We're
dude.
talking about sexy angels.
Sexy angel, whatever, bro.
Imagine a rapey angel. I'm coming to rape all of you.
That's like a succubus. God.
Angel succubus. Which, by the way, I misused that word when we did our podcast.
What, a succubus?
Succubus, yeah, because I was talking about how you were talking on the last podcast you were here. We were talking about how kids are life suckers and they take the energy from you. And I was like, yeah, like my kid, a succubus.
Yeah.
And then afterward, I was like, I think I should go look that work up. Like I looked it up and I was like, that's not what my kid is at all.
I think I heard it. So I was like, I'm going to keep going with it.
That didn't make the edit, dude. That is out, dude. Yeah, sexy angel staying in, succubus kid is out, dude. We can talk about angels that rape or want to have sex or whatever, but we're not registering. We're not leaving here having to register, dude. No way.
Hey, I
No.
signed that NDA. None of this
Yeah.
It says I'm
We all
safe.
agree. Under 18s, no.
How old are angels, though?
Apparently thousands of years.
Hundreds or thousands, yeah.
Then we're good.
So then, isn't that kind of weird that they were having like sex with humans that were much younger than them.
Thousands of years younger.
Yeah, that's a little weird if you think about it that way.
Look,
No.
You can convince a caveman of smashing a Victoria's Secret angel, no matter the age. No matter the age.
I see your points.
He doesn't need convincing. Whatever lifts that heavy brow, he's in. He's in, dude. He is in, bro.
So, me? It's like, what?
Let me set this club down.
I don't have to hit you with this first? You want to take advantage of me? You want to hit me with a club?
Thanks for coming out, Richie.
This is what you get. You asked for it.
I can see we're going to have to put limitations now in the next episode.
So there used to be a rule that there are no rules of things we could talk about in this podcast. Now there's going to be a whole list and book that we have to follow and sign that we're not going to talk about.
The Richard rules, dude. Awesome, dude. Hey, you mind passing me that water there so I can... Yeah. That soup can...
Want me to open for you
I
too?
seen what you did, bro. I saw what you did there.
Nobody else saw. My hands are on the table the whole time.
Have you seen the memes of this going around?
No, I have not.
People that are sitting in restaurants and they're sitting there looking at people awkwardly because they like now won't even order like regular water, but now you have to sit there and watch the person who's like for like the whole dinner, and you're like, dude, God damn, just get a water, bro. Like, yeah, I've seen those. I'm gonna be that guy. Don't touch that, bro.
Don't touch what?
Hands on the table!
Bro, I had my head back and everything. I was
Look, you had him thinking about
You
the
just
hot...
relax.
tapped into that sexy angel inside you.
He's like, he talked about hot cock sauce earlier, and it just got me going. Now we're talking about sexy angels.
This is my kind of night.
Riding the waves, bro.
In the way.
Cool, man. How much time do you think we've done?
Oh, probably at least an hour and a half.
Tight.
So
Longer than my girl said I would last. Whatever. She doesn't know.
she doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
The staying power.
That was without Blue Chew, bro. Not a sponsor, by the way, but we'll take it if you want to send it.
Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club. Not
We don't
a sponsor.
use it. Or sponsored.
You obviously don't use it. There's no Dollar Shave nothing here in this room, bro. We got the werewolf and the teen wolf over here. No, maybe werewolf, teen wolf. I don't know.
Sexy angel, maybe? One of us. Who knows?
One of us.
Me if I shave my stubble.
We'll learn on next episode.
Cool. What were we talking about? I'm fucked you guys up.
Mannequins and beliefs and differences and.
Yeah, so I think they got you wired with the gold, dude. You kept that recessive gene.
I must know.
The reason I say is, bro, you got a keychain with a fucking gold rock on your thing.
Oh, this thing?
What is that?
It's like this is walking around with gold in his pocket. It's like, all right.
It's actually called fool's gold.
Yeah, see?
Pyrite.
So he's
Oh,
using it
it
so they
is,
don't get his
okay.
real gold.
Yeah, it's a crystal. So see a little rock right there?
Oh, so like if anybody comes up and tries to steal your real gold, you just throw it in a field and like, there's my gold, and then they go get the pyrite and you run away.
Yeah, exactly. With my real
And then
pot
look
of
at you
gold.
confused like,
Why do you have that? What is that?
shit, it must be real gold.
I'm out.
Fuck the money.
So the reason I have this is because I got this on the beginning of my kind of like spiritual journey back in. Oh man, this must have been like.
Is that the
I was
Allspark,
like 22
bro?
or something?
Is that the
You wanna
Allspark?
grab it?
I don't think. Can I touch it without imploding? I've seen the
I don't know.
Allspark, dude. I know what it
Can
does,
you?
dude.
Buddy, I have a feeling you're like sitting there meditating on the Sumerians and just felt it land in your hand. And you looked over. It's like, I know what I must do. I must mine for gold.
Dude, it's heavy. It's got some weight to it.
Yeah, I like it because it has a small impression of the entire cube coming out of it. So this smaller matrix is a copy of the bigger one. So it's kind of like, it reminds me that in the world there's so many levels of perspective, and this is just one, and this is another, and they're both complete in their own way.
That's always what's fascinated me about you, dude. You're like super intelligent. You read a lot. You've been through a lot of stuff. We've talked. Yeah, you, dude. Like, and just how knowledgeable you can be, and like how empathetic you can be to a lot of different situations, even if you haven't been in them. Like, just how cool you are with stuff like that. I think that's what's always like brought this group together. So that's super cool, dude.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys too, and I feel the same way about you guys.
Copycat.
I'll say something different.
I like your shirt. I like your shirt too.
That's great, man.
Great, bro. That's like my girl. I love you. I love you too. No, don't say it just because I said it.
Oh, you know what's the worst? They're like, why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Tell me why.
No, damn it.
Oh,
You're lucky you get this.
See, this is why I don't say it anymore.
I know it's gonna spark a conversation. Why? Because I'm still here. I haven't left. I still eat that dinner you made. Whoa, that's good.
Therapy.
I'm so glad you said something dumb too.
What?
Don't forget about the rapey angels.
He keeps bringing it up.
Yeah, you keep bringing it up, bro.
Then they're gonna forget about it if I keep bringing it up. They're like,
They're
oh
not
god,
gonna-
let us stop with the angels.
It'll be up on the merch store next month. We're gonna have a picture of Jesus
Keeping
here.
it tight takes a whole new
Oh god!
meaning.
Keep it tight takes a hard left. The movement that went nowhere.
Keep it tight. We're talking about angel booty holes this whole time.
Oh, the train that never left the station.
Job was sitting there, is like, no, we're gonna keep these angels tight.
Oh, man. I'm crying.
So if you guys didn't know what the keep it tight movement was,
So now that
we're still learning.
So now that this episode has gone so horrendously wrong and it won't be published.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right, dude.
We got careers to end right now.
Dude, you think Labor Day is gonna show us up? We got something to prove. Labor Day is not gonna be the best thing that happens this week. This episode's going up. People need it, bro.
Jeez.
Oh my god. I'm gonna run out of beeps though. Beep 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 beep. Like,
Put in some dolphins in there.
oh yeah, there's probably a
All
limit.
sorts of noises.
You're just gonna hear Animal Planet all over the freaking station. It's not even gonna sound like a conversation anymore. Where is this going? Oh,
Just put the unedited version on Patreon. By the way, guys, if you haven't checked out Patreon, check out Patreon. We got the unedited full version on Patreon. That's a plug. This might get cut.
I'm gonna have the worst dreams tonight, dude. Bunch of eye twitches and everything. Crazy REM sleep. Girls
Gonna
gonna
be sleeping about like dreaming.
Richard, no. Rapey angels. Oh my god, dude. Congratulations, we're all canceled. I don't know how you can get lower than 0. Somebody's gonna figure it out.
We just did.
I think you can get negative thumbs up.
You
You
for sure
definitely
can.
can be negative.
Hey, we're gonna break records. It's gonna be in the negative, that's for sure. Oh my god.
So we learned today, guys. Jabroni's a word.
Jabroni's a word.
There's angels in the Bible, possibly Victoria's Secret
Promiscuous angels.
And Richard's got gold walking around with him the whole time, so if you see him on the street.
Richard's got gold in his pocket. He's not just happy to see us.
Real gold.
Real fake gold.
Real pirate.
Go get it, Graham.
That's how he tested dumb people. He's like, let's see if you got a Neanderthal brain still. Shiny thing.
That's me, dude. I'm out there biting this thing like, cool, man.
I did good today.
Cool, dude. Anything else before we wrap this up?
Yeah.
What? Let's do it.
So I'm just getting started on the 8-hour
Let's
marathon.
do it.
You're not going to bed tonight, Graham.
Let's do it.
This thing stopped recording 3 hours ago.
Probably. We're sitting here talking to nothing like a bunch of psychopaths, dude.
We guaranteed an hour. It's
Yeah,
been 3.
I drank a Red Bull, took a NyQuil shot, and a Blue Chew. Who the fuck knows what's gonna happen, dude? We're gonna see right now. And it wasn't in that order, so
See which one overpowers it.
whichever one's gonna win the race, dude.
You just threw fucking 3 supervillains in your stomach. You're like, all right,
Yep.
who's gonna win?
Battle it out.
Battle it out.
Yep.
Don't make me send Superman in there.
Problem is if I fall asleep, and I like to sleep with my stomach, and then the Blue Chew kicks in, and now I got a fucking kickstand all night doing a cock push-up.
Is that what you call sex?
I got that memory foam, dude.
You just have one divot in your fucking memory. Just roll into it. It's like, perfect fit. Like a glove.
If I fall asleep on my back, I'll never make it to my stomach, so I'll just keep traversing back and forth one side to another till that Blue Chew wears off. All over those silk sheets, bro.
Can we take a pause?
Oh, you
we
can
pause
do
it?
whatever you want.
All right, let's
I'll
pause.
go to commercial.
Let's go
All
to
right, guys, we're
commercial.
going to commercial. Yeah, this episode is brought to you by Bud Light Lime Seltzer. Bud Light Seltzer. That's who we're brought to you by. Okay, we're not sponsored. We're still not. Someone sponsor us. Sponsor Graham. He does all the work. Who's our other next ad? New LG V60 comes with 2 screens. They just released the new LG Velvet. Oh fuck. Yeah, that way it doesn't keep running. No, that way it doesn't keep running. He's gonna have to redo the whole little dance.